Yoon, and today I'm bringing you another video. Sorry it's been a while, I've been extremely busy at the beginning of the school year, so obviously there's a lot of work to be done. And I have some other venture projects that I am working on at the same time, simultaneously. So without the excuses, let's just jump right into it. So we have the Mortal Kombat 11 Terminator trailer, which obviously a lot of you guys have seen already. It's been out for about 2 days. And I just wanted to give my take on it. Sorry this video wasn't uploaded sooner. I'll try to get back to my regular schedule now that it's October. But there's a few key notes that I wanted to mention, and Ragaroth did a really good video on it, so you can find a link to his channel in my description box down below. But there's a few key notes that I wanted to just address, kind of. The first being that I'm a huge Arnold Scwarzenegger fan, so I'm a bit biased. I used to be a huge Terminator fan, but I haven't really liked him since T2, and with that biases out of the way, I guess like my only main gripe with the character is probably the voice acting. It sounds good enough, I guess, but it's like, I like it because it's toned down, it's like dialed back, because most people, you know, when you ask for an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression, they're just like, ah, get to the chopper, ah, ah. But he normally doesn't talk like that. That's in his comedies pretty much, so it's nice that he's got the whole like toned back, like get over here, the kind of thing, like the Austrian accent. But I feel like the voice actor, which I'm guessing was not guessing, it's rumored that the VA was actually picked out by Arnie himself. So I don't know how much validity there is to that. I'll try and give an update if I find out more information based on that. But they have his likeness, and a lot of people are like, well, why do you have his likeness but you don't have his voice? Which a lot of people, including like Angry Joe and other people, are saying like they think the likeness rights to Arnold Schwarzenegger cost about $50,000, so honing up the money and get him in there. I think the biggest reason why he didn't do this is mainly because he is a Republican, but he was a Republican governor of California, and one of the bills that he tried to pass was one that was against violence in video games. It's like one of the bigger things that he platformed on, about how yeah, there's violent movies, but violent video games are way more interactive and way more violent than any movie you could possibly see, which I don't necessarily agree with him on that point, but he has the right to his own opinion, obviously. And I think that's the reason why he didn't give his likeness to this game in particular, because the ESRB, which we know are not really like a really litigated corporation or entity. They're pretty much like watching 2-minute videos of trailers and judging an entire game based on that. And there's a lot of omittance in there, which is why 2K20 was rated the way it was. I have no opinions on those. You can watch out videos like Angry Joe Show and others for more information on those. But I think it contributes to the fact that they couldn't get him. Like maybe it could be that he's just busy, I guess, but to help promote like the new Terminator that's coming out. But this would have been like VA like a few months ago. I have seen him voice act in other video games before, like in Terminator 2 video game. There was a Terminator video game, and he did lend his likenesses and at likeness what you could back in those days for whatever game that was. Now I don't know if his stance has changed since then, or if he was obligated to do those video games based on any contracts that he may have signed with the Terminator likeness, but it just might be one of the contributing factors. But anyway, my only gripe with the trailer is that Arnie isn't voicing the character. It's good enough to get by, and in a fast-paced action battle like that, you're not really going to notice too much anyway. His fatality is excellent. The way the character moves, grapples, end zones is completely fun. He's got the combination of the shotguns, and then like the slams and the futuristic bombs and machine guns, and like his grappling techniques. And probably my favorite is when he caught on fire and he actually revealed the T-800 model underneath of him and was literally just walking through supers and stuff. I don't know how long that super armor lasts, so I guess we have to play it. But I mean, it is coming out like next week, but or this week. But yeah, I mean, overall the trailer was great. I mean, the number one character I'm looking forward to in this pack is Spawn, but Terminator was the second most anticipated for me that I wanted. You go look back at my other videos on how I feel about like the other characters, but it would have been nice to have more MK characters in the game, obviously, and I do wish they would conglomerate these games into like a boogeyman kind of franchise, like they did with Injustice with from Mortal Kombat 8, and just have all of the horror movie and action movie stars they've had. Like I wanted like Arnie and like Predator, Alien, Jason, Freddy, like all of them in like one game. That would be excellent, but I'd have to assume that'd be a licensing nightmare. So I guess NetherRealm would have to go through WB to get like a lot of money in order to secure the licenses, and that depends on if there's no conflict of interest with any current or concurrent projects that are going on, but that's a story for another day. My basic rating for the character overall is, I don't know until I play him, but the trailer looks pretty good. I don't know if I'm like more hyped than I was before, or it met my expectations, if that makes sense. So at least like I'm not de-hyped for playing the character. As pessimistic as that sounds, like there's really easy ways they can mess up the character, and at least like the voice actor does a good enough job to get the point across, even if it's easily recognizably identifiably not Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice. But I mean, if you look at my Spawn picture that I drew, you can tell he's like the #1 upcoming. I'll share the Spawn picture here too, just in case you guys didn't see that video. And if you want to, you can go back and click on it. I do like a time lapse where you can see everything that I did. So I think that's going to be the video for today, guys. I will make another video this week, try to get back to my regular schedule. So with that being said, we're going to bring it to a close, and I want to be sure to remind you to check out my friend Rich at Ragnarok, and you'll find a link to his channel, as always, in the description box down below, or any music or links that we're using this. And thanks for being here, and as always, guys, stay powered up.